Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live session with GETI or Global Education and Training Institute. I'm your host, Preena, and today I am here with Dr. Tajinder Kaur, who is the principal at Tagore College of Education in Jammu. Dr. Tajinder has done her MA in Psychology and Hindi, and she has also done her MA and MPhil in Education. Well, after contributing her 15 years in this education sector, she has always tried to bring out the best in her students. And she believes that a teacher can learn, enhance, improve, and transfer the knowledge to the students and make them a better human being. Dr. Tajinder has also participated in various national and international seminars, and she strongly believes in God, and with this note, she keeps going with a positive attitude, spreading the same around every day. And she tries to be the best version of herself. Well, a very warm welcome to you, ma'am, today on this platform. And she is going to talk about why should parents teach core life skills to their children. So, ma'am, without taking much of your time, I would request you to please take over the session. The audience is yours. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prerna Arora. Good afternoon to all of you. At the very outset, I'm thankful to Getty who has given me a chance to express my views in about the topic. But before I discussing about my day's topic, I want to say about Getty as a global platform, which gives an opportunity to pre-service and in-service teachers to enhance their knowledge, not only to enhance their knowledge but also to transform their knowledge and skills to all around the world. Thank you. Now I am going to discuss about my day's topic. Why should parents teach core life skills to their children? So my topics start with the parents. As we all know, that parents are the first mentor of the child. First education of the child starts from home. Children behave, react, and imitate same as their parents. There is an atmosphere of congenial love, affection, sympathy, and understanding in the family, and this process helps the individual to the development of the child as a whole. But no doubt,
Ma'am, would you like to share your presentation also?
yeah, I'm sharing. Is it
Ma'am, it's still
audible?
not visible. No, no.
Let me again check it. Is it visible?
No, ma'am, it's not visible yet. You need to share your screen and
Let me do it again.
sure.
Is it sharing?
Yes, ma'am, now it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So I talked about the parents, teachers, and the school. No doubt, parents, teacher, and school play a very important role for the holistic development of the child. In spite of all these, we can say that home is the best place where the education of the child starts, and mother is the first mentor of the child. We can say that key family is the original social institution from which all institutions have developed. The education starts from the mother. That's why mother is the first teacher and home is the first school. In spite of all this, we have seen that there's child parents play a very important role for all types of activities performed by the child, like brush, how to getting dressed, even though they help us to look after their personal hygiene, even though their studies. So we can say that parents play a very important role for the growth of a child as well as an individual so that he or she can develop a very useful member of the society. There are certain skills which play a very important role for the development of the individual and which can very easily formed at home. They are like effective communication skill. In children, in home, child learn how to communicate with their parents, with their siblings, with their grandparents, with the others. That means child learn how to eat, dress, good habits, and so many things in the family. And when child interact with their family as a whole, the automatically communication develop in them. Then comes the decision making, the style, how to make a right decision in his or her life. It depends upon the parents, how parents guide their children. And we have seen that every parents give certain tasks to their child to do at their own so that they can take small decision to big decisions, even though in their personal life, in their now though in their professional life and in their at social life. So decision making skill is also developed in the family. Critical thinking, parents also help the child to develop a critical aspect, to analyze the thing, thinking about the situations. And we have seen that in our families, there are problem solving approaches, their thinkings, their judgment is there, observation is there, analysis are there. And when child look observe all the things, automatically the reasoning is developed in them and they think about the situation and their thinking skill is developed. When thinking develops, he has the capability to solve the problem of his life, whether in the school, whether in the society, or whether at personal front. He or she is able to sort out their problems, and it is only the home or the family or the parents we can say that help the child to develop all these skills. Making connections. Yes, we are living in a family where all are connected with us. Our parents are connected with us, our grandparents are connected with us, even though child is connected with their friends also, child is connected with the pets also. When this type of bond is developed with the family, child learn the way how to develop connectivity, how to connect to each other. And when the adolescent period comes, he is connected with the society, he is connected with the peer group, he learn the way, the skill of connectivity, because he knows the situation, he knows who are their favorable friends, who are not. And in the family, it is only the mother who teaches the child the value of time. So time management is very important for an individual, and this skill can be developed in the home. When to sleep, when to get up, when to eat, everything is fixed by the parents so that child can understand the value of time. And when he understands the value of time, automatically he give decisions, he take decision of his life. And how he can take the decisions of his life from earlier to, even though dress up, he has taken the decision. At the educational front, he has taken the decision because his mind is so developed. So he is in a position to develop his skill of taking the decision of life. So he of the vocation of his own choice, even though his personal decision he can take at its own, even in some time in a society he can take a very wonderful and important decision so that he can use a powerful asset or fruitful asset for the society. In spite of all these, we have seen that there are certain issues which is make the child isolated from the society. And why child is isolated from the society? If parents are developing such a lot of communication skill among their children, they develop love, sympathy, affectionate attitude among their children. Instead of having all of these, there is a I have seen that majority of individual, majority of adolescents are feeling very isolated. What is the reason behind that? Why should core life skills are important for children to develop their level, to develop to adjust in the society? But I feel that, according to my opinion, technology is mainly responsible for that. Why technology is responsible that? Even though parents develop the child certain skills to adjust in the society, but individual is lacking. Why? Because he maximum of his time he spent in the technology. You have seen that due to COVID-19, what happens? The child is in front of laptop or mobile from morning till evening. He has no time to spend with his family, even though he is at home. Then the result, what's the result? The result is that his thinking, his communication skill is going to be lacking. His thinking should be limited. He has no time to spend with his parents because when his classes are over, he feel very tired. So he feel his behavior is automatically changed, and he don't want to company of his brother. He doesn't want to talk to their parents, their siblings, and all others. So no doubt we are living in the era of technology, so technology is very important, but sometimes it gives a very adverse effect and sometimes it gives very positive effects. And if we are talking about the adverse effect, so you can easily assess how social media and mobile devices lead to psychological and physical issues. The attachment to our devices can also leave you feeling isolated. I have seen a number of examples in front of us that those who are using mobile or laptop or any other computer, like, what they will do, they will using continuously, they were connected with the social media. They feel that this is a platform which is giving a knowledge, refresh us, entertaining us, but actually they are going to be isolated. Why they are going to be isolated? Because they have no time, they don't want to interact with their siblings, they don't want to interact with their parents because maybe parents are working, maybe parents have some other kind of task, they don't have, mother is busy in their household activities, and a significant lack of contact even cause depression. Automatically depression comes in the behavior and we are not noticing, we are noticing when it goes into a peak stage. Excessive use of technology also create problem in sleep disorders, insomnia. Like, I have seen that when the child or an individual go to bed, he or she may start watching their mobiles to see who is online, how many are online, and they start chatting with them. And what's the result? They forget the time of sleeping. And when they sleep at a very late at night, the result automatically occurs. They have the insomnia or sleep problems. And continuously sitting in front of computer, in front of laptop, with the use of mobile, we have seen that number of uh, problems, physiological structures, and the problem like their posture. They do not have a very good posture. They have the muscle skeletal issues and reduce, even though continuously using of technology create the reduction of physical activity. So they do not have any physical activity to do. They're just watching the TV, they're just watching the phone, they're just watching any other devices and feel very comfortable because they give them rest, they give them relaxed, and they are feeling that they are very comfortable with their device, and it creates addiction in them. So we have seen that adverse effects of technology, low academic performance. Nowadays, and there are certain example in front of me, when the class is going on online, children are not interested to take the class because camera is off, voice is off, and yes ma'am is only the answer which the teacher listen, and students have no interest. Even though when the test comes by online, what the individual will do, they will take the help of their siblings, they will take the help of their parents. They can't do this because they can't understand the situation, they can't understand whatever is present by the online. So their academic performance automatically going to be slow, lack of attention, their attention span is going to be very poor because they are not taking attention in particular things which whether parents wants to say them anything, they ignored them and busy in their with the technology. So when their attention is not with the new things and continuously they are involved with the technology, their creativity automatically goes poor. There was a time when parents, children playing with their parents, with the outdoor friends, and they feel very happy. But now there is very poor creativity, because creativity is very essential part of an individual to create the old things into new ways. But due to excessive use of technology, their creativity level is going to be very poor. Delay in language development. I have seen the number of kids having the age group of 2 to onwards, sometimes 1.5, they are using the mobile phone and they feel very happy to see the color, brightness, and whatever the languages they are watching in the mobile. So, in the when they are watching that things, their language affects automatically. They speak less, they communicate less, they interact very low with their family members. So when the mother is not interacting with his her child, the result is automatically in front of 2 children takes time to develop a language, because child learn language from his parents. Delay in social and emotional development. Use of technology, how it affects the individual is socially they are totally cut off with the society. We can say that Google is a place where children can learn a lot. No doubt, children can learn from the Google, but social ability of the individual is going to be very poor. They ignore their guests, they ignore their families, and when they are not contact with their families, when they are not contact with their parents, when they are busy in their mobiles, automatically they lack emotional development. They are not connected emotionally. We can say that they are very rude sometimes. Physical inactivity, as I already told, those who are using technology in excessive way, their physical activity is not going as much as they require. So obesity comes in them. Nowadays, we have faced that our children are facing this issue, obesity, gastric problem, and so many things. Poor sleep quality, I already told. They have no idea how much time they are watching the mobiles and other things. Their behavior is going to be very aggressive. If someone asks them to stop using mobile phone or stop using laptop, automatically the response of the children comes in a very aggressive way. No, it's a very urgent for me. I want to use it. This is very important. I'm watching a very beautiful game. I'm playing a game which is very, I want to run, I want to win. And but the results, they are going to be technology addiction. They are addicted by the technology, because continuously using a technology gives a very adverse effect to the individual. So he lack emotional, somewhere social skills, somewhere emotional intelligence, and somewhere they are lacking creativity and other communication skills. So why should parents teach core life skill to their children? We have seen that technology how much is giving adverse effect. One example in front of you, the COVID, due to COVID-19 pandemic, is an unprecedented time all across the world, and they how they affecting the children, their eyesight, sitting postures, and certain issues, cardiovascular disease, etc. We can say that technology appears to be negatively affected the overall health of the children and teenagers of all ages. So somewhere technology separate families. The more we rely on technology as opposed to face contact, the more disconnected our families become. Because in one room, father is always busy watching TV, mother is busy in YouTube or Facebook or some other kind of social media. Children are busy in playing games. So you can easily understand how they are connected. They are not connected with each other. They are separate with each other. So, what is our responsibility? Being a parent, it is our responsibility to teach among our children like self-awareness. We should help the child. Parents should help the child to know about their strengths, their weaknesses, their likes, their dislikes, their thinking process, their decision making, their cooperation, their emotions. If we do not understand, if we are not giving guideline to the children to know themselves, it is very tough for a child to adjust in the society. How he become the active citizen of the country, because it is the responsibility of the parents. Home is the small form of society where we can prepare the child for the future citizen of the country. So it is the responsibility of the parents to teach good life skill to their children. For that purpose, from early childhood to adulthood, they should prepare their child to know their self must. So before giving comments to other, it is very important for the parents to guide their children to know about their weaknesses, their strengths, their communication level, their decision making level, other things. It is very important to develop good habits. It is the responsibility of the parents to develop good habits among their children. How we develop the good habit? When we set a time for our child, for sleeping, for eating, for dressing, for talking, table manners, and other things. It is very important for a child to develop a good habits. Be a role model. Child always imitate, react, and behave like his parents. And parents should be a role model in front of their children. So always parents should have good more values, ethics, so that they can develop among their children, and a child can proudly say कि my parents are my role model, because I am following the ethics principles of my parents, because they help me to get a good life in my future, good manners. Yes, it is the responsibility of the parents to develop a good manners among their children. Parents always guide their children to say sorry, thank you, excuse me while entering into the someone's room. Knock at that, and there are so many. Give respect to your elders, love to your younger ones. It is very important for parents to develop such kind of skills among their children, so that they can develop a very good manners. Like encourage family bonding, like connectivity. Excessive use of technology is somewhere lacking all this, but we are living in a family where we have grandparents, we have maternal grandparents, uncles, aunts, and so many people are connected with us. Friends are connected with us, neighbors are connected with us, even though in the family, brother, sister, and there are so many people. So it's the responsibility of the parents to encourage their children to develop a bond between them. Sit every day collectively in the family and discuss their day-to-day routines with their children, so that they can understand what is the importance of family bond, why it is important. So such kind of skill is very important for the children to develop, so that they can, in the society, they can do such kind of activity. They can improve their communication, they can cooperate the others, they can help to solve the problem solving. They are participating in so many social activities, so that they can be fruitful for the society. Set strong ground rules. It is the responsibility of the parents to develop the personality of the child. And for developing a balanced personality, they should fix some rule for their children. When to sleep, when to get up, when to eat, when to go to school, what dress is good for them, what dress is not desirable for them. So once they should certain rules for their children, how to speak and what is the pitch of your language, how you are in communicating with your elders, what is the way. Everything should be noticed by the parents and set strong grounds. They should strong if they are strongly handle their adolescents, their youngers, their kids. automatically the result comes. Reward your child. That means once a child do something, don't discourage, demoralize your child. Always encourage your child when he's in the family, when he serve a meal to the elder member of the family, or when he serve water or some kind of other things with their family, they should be rewarded. It encourages the child, and definitely he wants to do something more once he was rewarded by his parents. Stay involved, always involved with your child. It's the responsibility of the parents, because when the child comes from the school and parents discuss with them what he or she has done the throughout day, what activities are performed by him, what are the issues he has to tackle with the society or whether in the school, and what decision they have taken or he or she have taken, automatically it gives a strength and a connectivity, a love, affection in the family. Family dinners, there should be family dinners every week, so that child can understand their bond with the family as well as in the society. Be realistic, always be real, always teach your child what are his strengths and what are his weaknesses and how he can improve. When the child is behaving desirable and when the child is behaving undesirable. When child is behaving undesirable, always make him stop and guide him, and don't give him, make him daydreamer that I wish you should be like this or that, because every child has different potentialities, every child has different capacities, aptitude is different, individuality is different, interests are different. So be realistic towards your child. If your child has, if some weaknesses, it is the responsibility of the parents to guide, to direct their child, so that he or she can learn a very good life skills and adjust in the society in a very good manner. Always help your child to self-care protection. You know, nowadays when COVID-19 is there, everywhere is giving the self-care protection. Wash your hands properly, use mask regularly, and so many things. But this is a temporary phase of our life. We have to prepare the child for each and every aspect. Allow yourself, allow your child to adopt new things so that he can learn the, he can protect himself. Let go. You know, some child are very emotionally weak. Yeah, we can say that they are very sensitive. They want attention of of their parents, and they feel very insecure when they go to some place, when they go to some go to school or some other kind of situation when they are facing. So it's the responsibility of the parents to teach their child, to guide their child, to know yourself, to forget whatever the things comes in your life, whether they are good or bad. It should be take and think about it. Let go those things, events or incidents in your life which gives you a very adverse effects. Always care yourself. All, you know, I have seen the adolescents are facing a lot of issues, and a time comes when they feel parents are their enemy. Why? Because there is a gap between the relationship between parents and their kids, their children. So how they protect themselves? Sometimes, even though I have seen there, some are committing suicide when they are failed to protect themselves, when they are failed to handle the situation. So it is the responsibility of the parents to behave like a friend with the adolescents and help them to learn the way how to protect themselves in a very better way. As I already told, when communication skill is there, when decision making there, when critical aspects are there, automatically home is the place which prepare the good citizen of the country. Every child is the future citizen. So Where if school is playing a very good role, on the other side, home play a very important role for for preparing a good citizen, to develop adjustment skill among the children parents. Adjustment. I already told about that there is a lack of adjustment skill among the children and parents. Why? Parents are working, they have no time for their children, and children are busy with in social media. And what is the result? The result is that there is small adjustment among the children in the society. So it's the responsibility of the parents to develop adjustment skill, to create such kind of situation at home and give the child chance to handle that situation, so that he or she is able to adjust in the family as well as in the society. Parents help to develop the skill of managing stress. If I ask someone, how are you? He said, I'm in a very stress. I'm in a stress. I'm in a stress. So being a mature is in a stress. So what about the children and adults? And they are having a stressful life, because the pressure of the society, pressure of the parents, pressure of the school, and sometimes they are very fail to manage their stress. And parents' expectations are very high towards their children. So they are failed to handle their stress. But it is the responsibility of the parents to develop the skill how to manage the stress. Take the things very lightly, do the thing which they can do, help them to cope up with the situation, try to understand their work, what they are doing, try to listen what they want to share, and always touch with their children, so that parents can develop a children a skill of managing stress. And role of parents role is very effective, because parents are that who play a very effective role in all aspects, whether it is physical, mental, emotional, social, creative, everything. For that purpose, we can say that the skill, now the demand of the society, demand of the time says parents help to develop the skill of spirituality among them. What is spirituality? Everyone is educated, but what is spirituality is not connected with any religion. It is an education, it is an art. What art? To love yourself. First, guide the child to love yourself, because you are a precious gift of the nature. Once you love, you know yourself better than others. Don't develop anger, frustration, fear, insecurity, lack of confidence, all these kind of aspects in them. Once you love yourself, you can gain a very good knowledge. You are pure, and when you are pure, you are graceful. And there is no place for inferiority complexes. Don't develop your children, that someone's child is very intelligent than you, someone is getting very good marks than you, someone is very helpful but not you. Don't develop such kind of things. Share with your child. Always love your child, help him to love himself. When you are creating such kind of environment, grace automatically comes. Always your child, always child think about how to improve myself. And once the faith develop in the child, confidence develops, and his the humility comes, knowledge comes, he start learn the new things in a new ways. Nowadays child is very intelligent, no doubt, but he is like a machine, without emotions, without understanding. So it is the responsibility of the parents to develop like a hierarchy, provide knowledge, make him the spiritual minded. Means when you produce a spiritual child, when you tell him about the good or bad thing, right or wrong thing, automatically it who's very useful for the society. The child automatically do betterment of the society. The child always thinking about the developing the empathy skill among the others, because he knows that my life is not, I'm not a selfish person in this world. I'm a person who contributes something for the world, for the society. Holiness is comes. Once such kind of acts come, when spiritual mind is there, when clarity is there, when thoughts are clear, when you are poised, when you are honest, when there is dedication, when there is truthfulness, automatically practice eternity. It's a growth process. When these things comes in the behavior of the child develop a very good citizen of the country. Even though parents helps to drive children sharing and caring. Nowadays, we have seen that we have a very small family system, like having one kid, and parents give more preference to their kids, and they can accept whatever he or she says. So it creates problem, because child is going to be pampered, and he's very tough for him. His behavior is going to be irritating and tough for others to adjust in the society. Always develop the skill of sharing and caring to your children. When children play with their friends, you have seen that there are a number of examples. They share their lunch with them. Sometimes they share their clothes with them. Sometimes they denote their books with to others. Always teach the practical side of the society, where so many people are suffering, so many people are having a lack of important necessities, requirements they don't have. And when we teach the child, when the parents teach the child to share your toys, to share your lunch, to share your the important things which you are not using to the others, to with your friends, this thing helps the child the sharing and caring skill. Now, the most and important thing for the parents, that is the development the skill of mannerism. Nowadays, mannerism is lacking. Why mannerism is lacking? Because situation is in front of us. They are lacking. They are using excessive use of cell phone. So there should be some time should be fixed for everyone, whether it is adult, whether it is adolescent, whether it's a child, whether it's a kid. Time of using self. When will you use the self? If it is very important, if it is very urgent, if your class is running, they can use their cell phone. Is still good table manners in the child? Yes, table manners is very important. Practice greeting people properly. It is the responsibility of the parents, whoever comes in their contact, because we are a part of the society. We are not living in a isolated. So always respect the people without knowing their status, without knowing their designation, and guide them. Okay, greeting people is very important. Covering one's mouth when sneezing or coughing, no need of the oversays. So we have to follow these things, and I think everyone is following. Saying please and thank you. Asking before taking anything. Asking. Once if you are picking anything without the permission of anyone, say sorry. So first take the permission, then you can take anything. Knocking on door before entering, saying excuse me, not making fun of people. As you've seen, these are the common things which parents can teach their children. Next is the time management skill, which I already told. Everything should be set. It's a responsibility of the parents to develop this skill. Set a bedtime. Turn your child routine into a checklist. Every day you should check what the activity is done by your child, and how many are important and how are useless. Guide the child properly. Have the kids create their own calendar. So parents should guide their children to create their calendar, teach kids to plan, give them an opportunity so that they can plan what they want to do in day-to-day routines, what they want for the future. Establish set meal times, establish rules for electronics, keep a task list, schedule tasks, set goals, focus on one task at a time. Yes, sometimes a child is performing number of tasks and he feels very tough. It's to handle all the tasks at a time. So either he gave up or start crying. So it is the responsibility of the parents that every thing should be arranged in a systematic way and tell your child the value of time because time is very important. Once it goes, it never come back again. To develop social skills, how to develop, because I already told home is the place, home is the small society. Always develop a social skill. Listen to people. Listen the views of other, what others says. Don't be ignored. Be interested in people's story. People's story not in a negative way, in a positive way. Sometimes very old people wants to share their life experiences and give the child is very connected with their grandparents. Child is very connected, individual is very connected with the other ones. So give them time. Take interest. You should have the empathy. Child have the empathy about others. Okay, maybe this is a real one. Maybe if I am that situation, then who I handle all these things. So don't be negative. Always develop positive among their children. Be positive. If something goes wrong in their life, don't be negative. Think about the positive aspect of any situation. Every situation happens for a reason. So we should learn the way. Active listening. We should be active listener. So it's the responsibility of the parents to make their child active listening so that they can actively listen the others suggestions, guidelines as well as and other things so that they can be a fruitful for him. Relationship management, it is the responsibility of the parents to man to guide the child how to manage the relations. Cooperation, if relationship child is able to manage the relation, cooperation automatically comes because without cooperation it's not possible to manage the relationship. And empathy, understand others situation and try to handle them as is your own. Even though parents help to develop the skill of empathy among the children, like value feelings, connecting feelings, thought, behavior, build a climate of empathy, identify their emotions, reasoning about another person's perspective, connect feelings, thought, and behavior. When we are in a position, when the parents develop empathy skill among their children, the child uh, can easily handle, easily sort out the problem as other. Love of affection develops. The child is curious to find out the solution of the problem of his nears and dears. So we have to develop such kind of situation where sympathy of the child, empathy skill of the child should be developed so that they can himself as his own situation. Parents help to develop their children care of belongingness. Yes, belongingness means makes the child emotionally strong, self assured, and able to deal with the challenges and difficulties of life. Child always stay with his parents, and a feeling of belongingness automatically learns. He knows how much his or her mother loves him, protect him, guide him, emotionally make him strong. Then such kind of environment is created in the home. As they play, learn, and try new things, they will help an understanding of their own identity and help him to care of their belongingness, whoever is connected with him. Parents help to develop the skill of listening other. I already to be interested and attentive. Always help your child. Always guide your child. Always encourage your child to listen others patiently, whether the topic is interesting or not, because every guideline given by the other is very fruitful for a child for its future. So if the child is interested and attentive, automatically his brain is active, his brain is creative, he is able to sort out the problems, he is able to understand the non-verbal clues. And again, parents help to develop the skill of responsibility among their children. Yes, it is only the parents who prepare the child to take the responsibility of himself as well as the world. For that purpose, child has to pass through the different phases of life. For that phases, parents have to prepare the child, like how to wash the laundry, how to prepare the meal, how to fix the appointments, how to what the bigger things he can do for himself and for the society, how to manage the home, how to build a good relationship with the others, how to tackle the problems, and how he or she can make decision at their own, which is beneficial for the society. Even though parents help to develop the skill of getting achievements, always parents guide their children to get achievement only in academics. So somewhere it is not good, somewhere it is good. If we are expecting high percentage of marks, so somewhere we are demoralize the child. But to clear about your goal is a very important. And if parents guide their child to clear about his goal, then definitely achievement comes. He can achieve in his life. For that purpose, at small level, teachers, parent teacher conferences are done in the school, support homework expectations and their school child is ready to learn, teach organizational skill, teach study skills, know that disciplinary policy. That means we can say that parents help the child to prepare him for the all the school activities, whether it is academics and non-academics, so that child, by participating in various activities organized by the school, he or she can be a fruitful, can be develop, maybe a holistic development. Now next comes, parents help to develop the skill of communication. Yes, communication skills are influenced by the children by hearing and seeing. Parents and teachers who listen their children very patiently, very attentively, set a very good example. Always talk to your children. It's the responsibility of the parents. Always discuss about with them about their books, about their activities, about and show them their kindness, show them their appreciation, so the child will be able to understand all these things. So I feel that it's a very important that parents should teach all these things among their children, so that they can be a fruitful asset for the society and uh, prepare the child, create a good child. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a lot of information on core skills and its importance. Uh, we always talk about, I think gone are the days when it was only about the grade cards and marks and books, but I think it's time
Yeah,
when we need to think beyond. It's true that all
yeah,
children, we all know that how things are going to be after 20 years or 10 years down the line, how we have to be tech savvy, how
mhm,
we should know new things. But then again, if we talk about this, another set of skills that people say that will be required for everyone to succeed, no matter in what field they go into. Almost
Definitely.
everybody out there needs to learn these skills, and that's very important. Be it us, I mean, we the adults or the kids, everybody is, it's a must for all of
Will
us.
have.
And you beautifully explained about the side effects of technology. Yes, we are connected through technology these days. I mean, that's the new normal. But then, of course, there are certain side effects as well, because of which kids are, suffering. You talked about
Mm.
how we are addicted to our phones. The kids are addicted to our phones and social media, and because of which there is, there is no physical activity, and kids are
Mm.
going through this rough phase because we all are stuck. And I think to avoid all these problems, we can somehow involve the children in these basic skills, the life skills that you discussed in detail, how the parents actually can prepare the child for the real world. You're actually going to prepare the child for the real world. That's the truth. And as we can see, Miss Shivani, she just mentioned about how the speaking and writing skills are hampering. She just commented in the comment section. I think she is talking about how, because of this lockdown, when the kids are stuck at home, the speaking and writing skills are hampering. I think that's true, but what can be done for these problems? Any idea, any tip that you would like to give or people out there listening
So,
to us?
wait, speaking means it is not a single way. It's a two way. It's a both way. If parents are giving time to their children, automatically they take some time and interact with their child and help him to speak what he likes. Maybe a storybook, maybe a novel, maybe something else which he listen or which he watching or which he observing in the mobile. If they ask him to speak your day-to-day routine, automatically speaking skill improved. And what about the writing? Give him a little task, whatever you have done in from morning to till evening, write down whether grammatically it is wrong or it is right. Don't care about this, because by involving the child to do such kind of tasks, automatically his writing skills and speaking skill is improved. Even though if they want to improve their writing skill of the child, they give them the household things like a glass. What do you see? Make 4 lines or 10 lines on glass. So automatically child writes. When the child writes, slowly and gradually this skill will be improved. This is not a one day job that you have given and your child is improved. Involve him
Yes.
some activity, then you can improve your child.
Right. It's not an overnight job. It requires effort and
Yes.
dedication. Definitely, will reach there. So it was a lot of information, as I said, that teaching life skills an important job that parents have to do it. They have to prepare the children, as I said, for
Mm.
the real world. But it's before they're leaving home. You know, the time comes when they should know how to tackle the basic things. It's about how to communicate with others, how to tackle the problems, the problem solving attitude that you just explained,
Yes.
how to manage or build relationships. That's very much
Yes.
important. And one of the best the thing the parents can do is I think they can act as their role model. I mean, they are the role models
Yeah.
because they are helping them to learn these skills from very basic households to the the bigger things in life. It's a
You
process.
know,
Yeah.
mm,
Yes, ma'am.
parent always teaching their children to speak lie, because when someone comes and they want to ignore, they ask them, tell them mama is not at home. And I said, mama, you are at home, but you are saying to your friend you are not home. Why? If she is your friend, why are you speaking like this? So for
Right.
that purpose, first it's important for the parents to develop self-awareness among themselves, then to guide your child. If parents are not aware about this, slowly and gradually they teach their child, like such kind of lies and propagandas and such kind of little things which affect the personality of the child. And whatever he learned from his parents, he apply it with his friends, with his siblings, with his near and dears, because he know the psychology of the parents. So
Right.
I feel that the parents should first change their lifestyle. After that, they can change their kids.
Setting an example. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Well, making sure that children have all these essential life skills is an enormous task. But then the parents have to make sure that they are supporting
yeah,
their kids as they grow and as they mature, because they play a major role in providing them, opportunities to learn about the world, how this world actually works. And especially this
yeah,
time when
realistic.
we are, yes, and especially this time when we are stuck, we can connect with them, we can communicate with them, we'll get to know about the good sides and the sides where they really need to work hard, about their likes and dislikes. That connection is beautiful, and that will eventually help them in becoming a better version of themselves. That's very important.
Yeah,
And we need to,
yes,
of course, encourage them to learn from their mistakes. This is the right time when we can encourage them to learn from their
of
failures.
course.
Absolutely. So that
Yes.
once they are out, they know how to tackle it. So overall, it was a fantastic session, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your thoughts and inspiring all of us and spreading so much of positivity. Thanks a
It's
lot.
my pleasure.
And thanks to all the viewers for joining in. And yes, we will be back soon with some other topic, with some other session to inspire you all. Till then, stay tuned to Getty. And thank you so much, ma'am. Stay safe. Take care. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.